Okay. Well, Eric, this is week 7 already.
Mm-hmm.
You got Salem at home. What's Salem going to bring to the table?
You know what? Salem right now is continuing to get better, and they're growing. Ron Johnson, head coach down there, started off last year with a lot of young players, and he played I think 5 or 6 freshmen last year who are now sophomores, but you're starting to see them come around, and you're starting to see the program change, and he's doing some things, and they've scored a lot of points on a lot of teams, and they've kind of scored those points late, but they have a couple quarterbacks that throw the ball very well. They have 2 receivers that are very skilled and are good at going up and going after the ball. And then they have a couple running backs that do a nice job. Biggest thing is they have their defense is pretty decent, and everybody looks at the score from last week when they lost 70 to 13, I think it was, to Marlington. But they do a lot of good things, and they're up and growing, and it just goes back to how we want to handle things. So.
Is it a 2 quarterback system that they use all the time?
You know what? Not really. I think at first one of the kids got hurt early on in the year, and then they played the other kid, and he played okay. So now I think he's kind of looking for the hot hand. That's what it seems like. It doesn't seem like there's any sort of rotation. It just kind of seems like if the one kid's not playing real well, then he puts the other kid in and gives him his shot. And sometimes he'll go back and forth, and sometimes that kid will stay. So it doesn't seem like it's a real true 2 quarterback system, but I think he has 2 quarterbacks that are, I think one's a sophomore and the other one is a junior. So he's got 2 quarterbacks that are going to be obviously fighting for the next couple of years for a job, and I think he's trying to find out who his leaders are at this point in time. With them being 2 and 5, so.
But you do see them on the field at the same time? If they are, do they run any stuff with them, or Wildcat or anything like that?
No, they have run they had this one Wildcat thing that they did, but they put number 1 back there. They're one of the receivers. No, I don't see anything like it's a true 2 quarterback system that I feel like it's something that he's trying to maneuver into or anything like that. I think he's just trying to figure out who his quarterback's going to be or who his quarterback is. So.
Okay, tough loss last week up at West Branch. Late field goal gotchins and.
I started off and I told the boys this. I was very proud of our effort. I thought our fight was very, very good. There was never a moment that I looked at it and I thought our kids weren't giving effort. And I know that they felt that because I know that they also agreed with the things that we saw a couple weeks ago with Alliance and a couple other moments where I feel like our kids have kind of folded in and kind of gave it in, and I think our kids are understand that we can't do certain things and win games, and it's my job to get this across, and I don't know yet. We're working on it as a staff. We're trying to figure this thing out, but we can't fumble the ball 4 times. We can't give them a 6. A scoop and score. We dropped at least 4 passes on critical downs where Zayd stepped up and threw a very nice ball, and we got to make those kinds of plays, and especially on Friday nights. Those are things that we got to relate from practice to the game. A couple weeks ago we talked about some of the kids weren't running the right routes, because they thought this, and now all of a sudden we're running the right routes, but we're not catching the ball, and these are things that good teams have got to do, and it's a learning curve at this point in time, and we just have got to finalize those things along with the effort, because we can't, if they don't scoop and score, if they don't do those things, and we have a drive and we go down the field like we ended up doing, once we had it, the game's out of, we're 2 scores up, and I believe the game's under our control at that point in time. But when you give them a spark and you let them tie it up, or you let them go ahead with a mistake that we make, now you've got to overcome your emotional letdown, their emotional buildup, along with now we've got to make something happen to get ourselves back into this game. But I thought Tyler's effort was unbelievable on Friday with both running and playing defense. I thought our defense had moments where we played really well. I thought there was moments where, again, we've been struggling with missing tackles all year, and those are things that we got to keep getting better at. And we've been struggling with some issues on offense and catching the ball and doing those kinds of things. But the only thing I can ever say is that our kids are always here to work. We're trying to fix those things. They're frustrated. I'm frustrated because I think that we're a better team than what we're showing. But part of this is a learning curve that I pray and I hope these young men are going to take with them for the rest of their life. We can't just show up and go through motions. That we've got to do everything that we do. Anything we put our heart into, anything that we do, has got to be to the best of our ability. So, for that being said, what I can say is that I'm excited to go back to work. I pray that our effort continues, and then we can fix those mistakes, and I believe that we'll come out on top. If we don't, then the results don't change. We talk all the time to these kids. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting something different to happen. It doesn't happen. If you do the same things over and over again, you're going to get the same results. So hopefully we can change those things and we can get some different results this week.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Eric.
Thanks.
And once again, good luck Friday night against
Appreciate it.
Salem. And
okay.